I've blown up 8 trading accounts, lost over $300,000 and spent more than 4,000 hours staring at charts. And I finally figured out why 98% of traders fail. And it has nothing to do with their strategy. In fact, I'm about to show you the one psychological mistake that's probably destroying your account right now and you don't even know you're making it. This mistake cost me 3 years of my life and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But once I fixed it, everything changed. I went from losing money consistently to becoming profitable within 60 days. And by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the exact mental shift that separates the 2% who make it from the 98% who blow up their accounts. But here's the thing. If you miss what I'm about to tell you in the next 9 minutes, you'll keep making the same mistakes I made for years. You'll keep blowing up accounts, you'll keep wondering why your strategy isn't working, and you'll keep thinking you just need one more course, one more indicator, and one more strategy to fix it. But the problem isn't your strategy. The problem is between your ears. And I'm about to fix it, so let's dive in. Here's the brutal truth. Trading is 10% strategy and 90% psychology. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if your head isn't right, you'll find a way to lose money with it. I can promise you that. The market is designed to exploit your psychological weaknesses. Fear, greed, hope, revenge. These emotions will destroy your account faster than any bad trade ever could. Think about it logically for a second. The market is a zero-sum game. For every winner, there's a loser. The people making money are the ones who can control their emotions and think rationally under pressure. The people losing money are the ones making emotional decisions. Most traders approach trading backwards. They spend 90% of their time learning technical analysis and 10% working on their psychology, where it should be the opposite. Once you fix your psychology, any decent strategy will work. But with a broken psychology, even the best strategy will fail. I learned this the hard way after blowing up account after account after account. Every time I lost money, I blamed the strategy, I blamed the market, I blamed everything except the real problem, my own mind. Let me break down the psychological mistakes that are killing your account because I've made every single one of them. Mistake number 1, you're focused on making money instead of being right about price direction. This is the biggest mindset shift you need to make. When you sit down at your computer thinking, I need to make $500 today or $2,000 today, you're already fucked. You'll overtrade, you'll over-risk, and you'll take trades that do not meet your criteria just to reach that goal. I used to do this all the time. I'd have bills to pay and I'd force trades just to try to make money. It never, ever worked. The market does not care about your bills. The market does not care that you need money. The market only cares about supply and demand. The shift that changed everything for me was when I stopped thinking about money and started thinking about being right about where price wants to go. When you master the skill of prediction, the money will flow naturally. But when you focus on money first, you make emotional decisions that lose money. Mistake number 2, you're treating trading like gambling instead of like a business. Gamblers hope and pray, they rely on luck. Business owners have systems, rules, and processes. They track their performance, they know their numbers. Which one are you? Profitable traders treat every trade like it doesn't matter. They can lose any single trade without emotional impact because they're only risking 1% of their account and they know their edge will play out over time. They understand that trading is a probability game, not a certainty game. Mistake number 3, you're revenge trading. This is when you lose a trade and immediately try to make the money back with a bigger position. I've blown up more accounts from revenge trading than any other single mistake. Here's usually what happens. You lose a trade and you get angry. You feel like the market owes you money. So you double your position size on the next trade to try to get back to break even quickly. But you're not thinking clearly because you're emotional. So you take a trade that does not meet your criteria and you lose again. Now you're down even more. So you triple your position size. And this cycle continues until you liquidate your trading account. Here is one thing you need to understand. Every trade is independent. The market does not know or care about your previous trade. If you lose a trade, the best thing you can do is step away. Analyze what went wrong and wait for the next setup that meets all of your criteria. Mistake number 4, you can't handle being wrong. Most traders hold losing trades way too long because they can't accept that they made a mistake. They'll move their stop loss further and further away, or they'll remove it entirely, turning small losses into massive account killers. I used to do this constantly. I'd take a trade, it would go against me, and instead of taking the small loss, I'd convince myself that it was just a temporary pullback. I'd hold the trade for days or even weeks, watching my account slowly bleed out and hoping it would come back. You have to accept that losses are part of trading. Even the best traders in the world lose 40 to 50% of their trades. The key is keeping your losses small and letting your winners run. Cut your losses quickly and without emotion. Mistake number 5, you're overconfident after winning streaks. This one almost destroyed me so many times. I'd have a great week where I won 7 or 8 trades in a row, and then I'd start thinking I had figured it all out. I'd increase my position sizes and start taking lower probability trades. I'd give back all my profits and more within days. And the market will humble you quickly if you let your ego get involved. Stay humble, stick to your rules, and treat every trade with the same level of respect and preparation. Now, let me tell you how profitable traders think differently, because I've studied them obsessively. First, they understand that trading is a probability game, not a certainty game. They don't need to be right on every trade, they just need their winners to be bigger than their losers over time. This removes the emotional attachment to any single trade. When I finally understood this, it changed everything. I stopped caring about individual trades and I started focusing on my overall performance over 100 trades. This allowed me to take losses without getting emotional and let winners run without getting greedy. Second, they're process focused, not outcome focused. They judge themselves on whether they followed their rules, not on whether they made money on any individual trade. You can take a perfect trade and still lose money. You can take a terrible trade and make money. So focus on the process. I keep a detailed trading journal where I rate each trade on how well I followed my rules, regardless of the outcome. Now, this helped me identify that I was actually a good trader. I just needed to trust my process and let the probabilities play out. Third, they have infinite patience. They understand that most trading opportunities are not worth taking. They wait for high probability setups that meet all of their criteria. If you're taking trades every day, you're probably over trading. The best traders I know sometimes go weeks without taking a trade. They're waiting for their perfect setup, and they're comfortable sitting on their hands until it appears, because patience is a superpower in trading. Fourth, they treat trading like a skill that takes time to develop. They don't expect to be profitable immediately. They focus on continuous improvement and learning from every trade. They understand that becoming consistently profitable takes years and not months or weeks. Now, the fifth, they have complete emotional control. They never let emotions drive their decisions. They stick to their plan regardless of whether they're winning or losing, and they've developed the ability to think rationally under pressure. Here's exactly how to develop winning psychology step by step. Start by changing your focus completely. Stop asking, how can I make money today? Start asking, how can I accurately predict where price wants to go? This single shift will transform your trading because it removes the emotional attachment to money and focuses you on skill development. Develop a systematic approach that removes emotion from your decision making, and write down your trading rules in detail and follow them religiously. Your rules should cover when to enter, when to exit, how much to risk, what markets to trade, and what times to trade. If you can't write down your trading plan in detail, you don't even have a plan. Practice emotional detachment by risking only amounts that you can afford to lose without emotional impact. If losing one trade ruins your day or makes you angry, you're risking too much. Start with tiny position sizes until you can lose trades without feeling anything. Keep a detailed trading journal that tracks not just your trades, but your emotions. Record how you felt before, during, and after each trade. This will help you identify emotional patterns that are hurting your performance. You might notice that you always overtrade after big wins, or that you revenge trade after losses. So develop patience by understanding that there will always be another opportunity. The market will always be there. Your job is to wait for the right opportunities, not to force trades because you're bored or you need money. Practice visualization and mental rehearsal. Before the market opens, visualize yourself following your rules perfectly. Visualize taking losses without getting emotional. Visualize letting winners run without getting greedy. This mental practice will help you perform better under pressure. And finally, be patient with yourself. Developing proper trading psychology does take time. Don't expect to change overnight. Focus on small improvements every single day. Celebrate when you follow your rules, even if the trade loses money. Remember, the market will always be there. There will always be another opportunity. Your job is to be mentally prepared when those opportunities arise. Fix your psychology first, and the profits will follow. Most traders have this backwards. They try to make money first and fix their psychology later. Don't make that mistake.